everybody, this is Sherry with CPR, Craft, Pray, Repeat, and I'm here to share a couple of my Christmas tags, but I'm here also to ask for a prayer for my family. My kids were exposed to COVID last weekend, and they were doing really good, and I thought we were in the clear, and then Jesse started running a fever and diarrhea and constantly sleeping and just, total fatigue and coughing. And Mariah's doing the low-grade fever and the constant sleeping, the fatigue, and she's complaining of muscle aches. I feel like I've been hit by a Mack truck. So, we're getting tested tomorrow, and we'll know our results in a few days. But, at a best case scenario, we're all sick. At a worst case scenario, we've gotten COVID, and the kids and I all have different illnesses. Both of them have what's called a VSD, a ventricular septal defect. It's a hole in their heart. And Mariah's looking at more heart surgeries and things. So, they as well as I could not take any vaccine. So, if you could keep us in your prayers. This is like my absolute worst nightmare. If something happens to me, I'm fine. God will take care of me. I'm okay. But the last thing as a mother that you want is for something to happen to your kids. And so you could remember us in your prayers. But I do have some tags done, and I wanted to share them with you. And I used the Stamps by Judith for these tags. And for the background on one of them, I had somebody ask if I could give them a link. Well, at first I didn't think it was available, and then I was looking at some other stuff, and all of a sudden, wouldn't you know it, that tag popped up, and I was so happy that I was able to share it with her. So I will try to link it as well in the description box for you. I will link the Stamps by Judith for you, and I will tell you a little hint of what's to come, and that is I went to AliExpress and I put in stitching dies, and that's when the tag showed up. But there are some really cute, adorable dies that I'm going to be getting to do some future tags with. So if you want to go, I don't want to spoil the surprise and I won't tell you anymore, but I promise you if you go and look, you will very quickly figure out which ones that I'm looking at. And like I said, it's stitching dies, and on AliExpress, and you will find some absolutely adorable dies. And I'll be right back with my first tag. This is my first tag, and I decided, again, has the Naughty and Nice list, and it's got Trish's name right here at the top. I watercolored it up with my Distress inks, and I decided that this one, it wasn't even my idea, it was Anne's, who is a very sweet friend of mine. And she's like, when she saw it, she's like, well, I'd just put a set of antlers on that and a red nose and call it done. And I was like, what an awesome idea. I was so tickled. And so what I did was I used my Nuvo crystal drops for the red nose, and I almost wish I'd have made it just a tiny bit bigger. And then I used a set of Cottage Cuts stamps, or dies. I know better than that. This one right here, the Festive Owls, and I used the antlers from there. And I absolutely thought it was adorable. All I had to do after I got them on was just draw a little line here for the nose, like it was being held on. Excuse me. Like it was being held on by, you know, a string. And it was done. I did a little bit of gel work and absolutely loved it. Now I used my Brother P-Touch machine and did this ribbon, which I got crinkled. And I got it ironed, but it says Reindeer Games on it, and I thought that would be really cute. But also Trish is pregnant, and they are going to have an adorable baby here not too much longer. And so I thought that she could use this possibly for a bookmark if she wanted to, for some of like the baby's Christmas books, or they're doing his room and animals, and so either way it would work. But I just thought and which is exactly why I picked out this tag base, was that I thought it would make a perfect bookmark tag. And but yet it's still the reindeers, or the giraffes still kind of fit. And then you Anne will get to mark whether Trish has been naughty or nice. So I hope you like that one. I'll be back in 1 second with the next. I had made these tags right here specifically for Anne's family, and this is for her son Chris. And now I did shrink the scroll and make it a little smaller, and I was able to take one of the images that I already had. I can show you. I've got them on a piece of paper here, and I had put names up here for all the people that I want to make tags for specifically. But because I'd like to be able to give some away that, you know, I'm not sure who they're going to go to, because I'll send them to the police station or the fire station, I put a line up here so you could write the person's name. And I was able to get rid of the background, so all you get is the image. So it's a JPEG or a PNG image. So I've only figured out how to send it through Instagram or text or Facebook Messenger. So if you're interested in getting that so that you can make some of these yourself, the little naughty and nice list, you can. My name is the same here as it is on Instagram. I'm sorry guys, I'm shaking. I feel like I'm about to rattle this table apart. And then I will put my email address in the description box for you, and it is needingjesusdaily@hotmail.com. And on Facebook, I am Sherry Auten, AUTEN, Wolf, and I will also put that in the description box for you. And you can contact me one of those ways, and I will get you a picture of the Naughty Nice list. This is another one of the stamps by Judith, and I colored him up with my Distress inks. I think he's absolutely adorable. Chris is a mailman, and I googled mailman hats and mailman bags. The hat was easy to find. I had a hard time finding the bag, and actually this was attached to a penguin. And so I cut it off of the penguin and attached it here onto the tag. And I think it turned out really cute. I absolutely love it. And I just put white ribbon at the top. I didn't know if Anne used gift bags or what she used for her Christmas gift giving. So I put ribbon on them so that she could, you know, tie them around a gift bag if she needed to. Or, you know, she could always tape it down, you know, and trim the ribbons and make them a little shorter and tape it directly onto the package. And I'll be back with my third and final tag here in just 1 second. For my third and final tag, this is for my great niece, Elena. and it was her little brother that came and stayed with me for those few days last week from Louisiana. And I colored him up again, or her up, however. I wanted him to look like Santa, so I guess it's a he. And I colored him up with my Distress inks. I watercolored all of these images. I've been having a ball doing that. And went over the lines with a Sharpie, a fine tip Sharpie, so that I got the lines back in the way they were. And then I took one of the stamps that, it's for one of the outfits, it's for the clothes from Stamps by Judith. And I stamped it, I used Stays On ink and stamped on the red, metallic paper. Forgive me guys, I'm not kidding you. I got a headache like nobody's business. And then cut out the white and then just layered them on top of each other. I cut out the bear's hand here so that I could slide the naughty and nice list in so he's holding it. But I wanted it to look a little more like Santa, and I didn't know, I wasn't quite sure how I could do it because I couldn't put a belt or anything because he's sitting down. So I took another one of my Cottage Cuts dies, and it is another one of the, it's another Christmas die. And it's actually another Santa die, to be honest. And this was the white that went across all the way across the bottom of Santa's coat. And it doesn't go all the way across the bear, but you can't tell because it's covered up by the naughty nice list. And I put it on, I laid it on top, and it looked really good. But I knew that his chin and stuff was underneath the white, and I didn't like that, so I did a little bit of bear surgery and cut his little head off. I feel that sounds so mean. I cut his little head off, layered on the white fur, and then reattached his head. Sorry about that guys, that's a reminder telling me to take my insulin. But so I reattached his head, and he survived. The patient survived. And I just used a die from my stash that I've had for a long time. I used my white gel pen and just put some dash lines around the edges. And I was really happy with how they turned out. And I'm sorry this video turned out a little longer than I had anticipated it being. But I talk too much at the beginning, don't I? I'm sorry. But this is it. Like I said, I'll try to link everything for you in the description box. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below, and I'll do my best to answer them. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And remember to practice your CPR. Craft, pray, repeat. Thanks for visiting me today, guys, and happy crafting. Love you all. Bye.